Okay, here's where we maybe agree. A couple of months ago, NBC TV decided not to run a television comedy show called Mr. Mike's Mondo Video, written and directed by Saturday Night Live comedy writer Michael O'Donoghue. The NBC censor said the show was in bad taste, and O'Donoghue responded by taking it into movie theaters. Something too hot to handle for TV always sounds promising, but Mr. Mike's Mondo Video turns out to be a demented washout, a series of dumb, unfunny sketches that make the whole film seem long, even though it runs only 1 hour. The film is a series of fake documentaries about weird things going on in the world. In one typical bit, we're taken to a swimming school for cats.
Amsterdam, or as the Dutch call it, City of Cats and Canals. A dangerous combination, and yet, miraculously, there hasn't been a cat drowning in over 300 years. Incredible, you say? Let's stop in at Europe's oldest cat swimming school and talk to instructor Hans Houten.
1, 2, and breathe. 1, 2, and breathe. Keep the toes and the tail pointed. Claws in. And don't be afraid to get those whiskers wet. You do it when you drink milk. Okay, here we go. Yumpin' Yiminy, you're swimming! Now remember that flutter kick. Moments like this make it all worthwhile. When I can take a student who's scared of the water, help him conquer his fear, and give him a sense of pride and self-confidence, well, you can see it. It carries over into other areas of their lives.
I don't know, that's a funny idea maybe for a little while, but not when it goes on that long. The principal writer for Mr. Mike's Mondo Video, obviously, as you can see, likes his humor a little sick, and the film is going to offend a bunch of people, I'm sure. I found only a couple of its routines at all funny, so it turns out that NBC censor was right. Mr. Mike's Mondo Video is raunchy, but that censor could have gone on and said it's also inane and juvenile. A bad show.
Right. You know, it's oftentimes the case that when the censor for one of the networks criticizes something or doesn't let it on the air, we all jump on the bandwagon and say, gee, this is terrible, it's censorship. In this case, the guy deserves a round of applause because Mondo Video is pure garbage as far as I'm concerned. It wasn't funny at all.
Yeah.
And go ahead.
No, people, I think, are interested in this because of the Saturday Night Live crew on this. Well, they're not there very much. A couple of the actors make a few token appearances. This is not like one of the shows on NBC, and you're going to be really run down. We showed that clip, you know, of the cat swimming, and that was actually taken from the videotape of the show that was going to go on the television. When you blow it up in a movie theater, as been done, it's washed out colors. It's not only short, only an hour, it's not only insipid,
it's out of focus.
You got it.
I was sitting there, I almost had a list. You know, I thought, I've seen a lot of bad movies in 10 or 12 years, but I've never really felt quite so ripped off as I feel sitting here in Mr. Mike's Mondo Video. So a happy Christmas to you too, Mr. Mike.
And two very strong no's for Mr. Mike's Mondo Video, the R-rated pseudo-documentary. It was banned by NBC for good reason. It's lousy and mean-spirited.